Hey everyone! A huge welcome to all the young learners and families tuning in right now. Welcome back to another digital adventure in our Explainer series. So, today we're exploring something that, honestly, used to feel like pure science fiction. But, well, now it's literally right in our pockets and on our screens. We are talking all about artificial intelligence. Specifically, AI friends and chatbots. Over the next few minutes, we're going to unpack exactly what these fascinating new tools are, how they actually work, and how we can use them super smartly and safely. So whether you've, chatted with an AI to get a little help with your homework, or you're just kind of curious about what the whole big deal is, you are in exactly the right place. Let's get into it.
Okay, let's dive into our roadmap for today's journey. We've got 4 main stops, plus a bonus. First, we'll explore and meet AI chatbots. Second, we'll learn why they're smart, but definitely not human. Third, we'll think about real friends versus AI. Fourth, we'll activate your digital superpowers to stay safe. And finally, we'll wrap up with some family discussion time.
All right, Chapter 1. Explore. Meet AI chatbots. You've probably heard people talking about them at school, or maybe you've even seen them pop up in the apps you already use every day. But what exactly are we dealing with when we start typing a message to an AI? Well, simply put, an AI chatbot is a highly advanced computer program. You might recognize names like ChatGPT, Character.ai, Pi.ai, or Replica. But here's the secret. They aren't magic, and they definitely aren't thinking brains. Honestly, it's best to think of them more like a super smart, lightning-fast library mixed with a predictive calculator. When you type a question, they instantly guess the most likely words to put together to give you an answer that actually makes sense. It's incredibly impressive coding for sure, but at the end of the day, it's really just a tool designed to chat back and forth with you. So why are these programs so popular right now? Well, the amazing researchers at Barnardo's put together an online risk guide, and they actually went out and asked young people this exact question. And you know what? The answers make total sense. Lots of you use AI just because it's plain entertaining and fun. Some use it for practical stuff, like getting a little extra help breaking down a really tough schoolwork topic. Others are just curious to try out new tech. It can also be a super cool way to be creative, like asking an AI to help you brainstorm a story. And for some, chatting with a computer program is appealing simply because it can make practicing conversations feel a little bit easier and lower pressure.
Moving right along to Chapter 2. Learn. Smart, but not human.
Now that we've explored what they are and why we use them, we really need to talk about how they work and, more importantly, what their limits are. Let's learn why these chatbots are incredibly smart, but definitively not human. Because these tools are trained on literally millions of conversations, they are programmed to sound unbelievably real. They use emojis, they'll ask you how your day was, they can even sound totally sympathetic if you tell them you're having a bad day. But, and this is absolutely crucial to remember, they are just mimicking emotion. They do not have true feelings. An AI doesn't feel happy when you log on, and it doesn't feel sad when you close the app. It's just a program following a very complex script to give you the most helpful response it can.
Now, what's really interesting here is that young people are already incredibly wise about this. A youth advisor working with Barnardo's pointed out that online, there sometimes just isn't enough security, and you can run into, quote, fake people or bots that aren't what they seem. I love this quote so much because it totally validates your own critical thinking. You guys are already navigating this digital world, and you're already realizing that just because something talks to you on a screen doesn't automatically mean it's a real person with your best interests at heart.
Which brings us to Chapter 3. Think. Real friends versus AI.
Let's really think together about a big emotional question. Can an AI ever actually replace a real friend? Let's compare the two side by side. On one side, we have our AI chatbot. It gives programmed responses, it has absolutely no real feelings, but hey, it's undeniably good for a bit of fun, or maybe practicing a conversation. But on the other side, we have a real human friend. A human friend offers actual, real empathy. They can share real-life experiences with you, like laughing until your stomach hurts on the playground, or, sharing a real-life snack. They offer true, genuine support because they actually genuinely care about you. AI is a fantastic tool, no doubt, but it simply cannot cross that line to become a true human connection.
To highlight just how precious that human connection really is, I want to share a quote from a report by the Children's Commissioner. This is from an 11-year-old boy named Jack who used their help-at-hand service. He said, "I love to learn and be around other children every day. I miss my old friends. I have been looking forward to making new ones." Jack's words hit the nail right on the head, don't they? They're a beautiful reminder that we are built to be around real people. Getting to hang out with trusted friends and learn together in the real world is an irreplaceable value that no computer program is ever going to match.
Let's jump to Chapter 4. Stay safe, your digital superpowers.
So, as we enjoy all the incredibly cool things technology can do, how do we make sure we're navigating it smoothly? Listen, this isn't about being scared of the digital world at all. It's just about knowing how to handle simple bumps in the road. So, it's time to activate your digital superpowers. If an AI ever says something that feels weird, confusing, or just uncomfortable, here are 3 super simple powers you can use. Step 1. Pause the chat. Remember, you are always in control. You can close the app or step away from the screen instantly. Step 2. Check your privacy settings. The Information Commissioner's Office, or ICO, reminds us that managing what info you share online is a brilliant way to stay safe. Never ever share personal details like your address or your school with a chatbot. And Step 3. Tell a trusted adult, or reach out to a service like Childline. You never have to handle a weird online interaction by yourself.
So, the absolutely crucial point here is exactly this. Talking to your trusted adult is your ultimate digital superpower. And to all the parents, carers, and guardians co-viewing this right now, you are the best safety tool in the room. When young people and adults talk openly about what they're seeing online, those little digital bumps in the road become completely manageable. Seriously, no tech setting will ever replace an open, reassuring conversation.
And finally, Chapter 5, Family Discussion Time. Well, we have covered a lot of fascinating ground today, from the complex coding behind AI to the totally irreplaceable value of your real-life friends. Now, as we wrap up our explainer today, it's time to hand the conversation over to you in the room. Take a moment right now to ask each other this exact question. What is one fun, silly, or helpful thing you'd ask an AI chatbot? And on the flip side, what is one special thing you'd only ever share with a real, trusted human friend? I highly encourage you to pause this explainer right here, maybe grab some snacks, and just have a chat about your own digital adventures together. Thanks so much for learning with us today, and stay curious.